Good evening, traders. I'm going to go over today's plays and calls I made earlier today. I'll show you the calls I made. But day started out pretty rough. First started out with Facebook calls. Then I switched to Facebook puts. I got stopped out of both of them. Didn't look too good at the beginning of the day. Then I grabbed ROKU's 110 calls. And I grabbed Netflix 280 calls at 54 cents. So I'll go over all four of those plays and exactly what I was looking for, why I chose it, and stuff like that. So I'll start with the Facebook calls 182.50s, which I have. Usually I have the chart on the left, and I have the actual option price action on the right. Now I got the Facebook 182.50 calls at 9:53, which was right here. Now, the reason I got this, I'll show you right here what I was looking at. The daily. Actually, it wasn't the daily. It was the hourly. Yep, it was the hourly right here. See, this is what I was looking at. I wanted over 178. Right over this candle right here, this second hourly candle, or actually third midday on yesterday. So I wanted to break over that. So when it got over 175, it dropped. And I made a video over the weekend saying that there's a head and shoulders on the daily, which I'll show you right now. Say there's the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. But you know, it's under the 200-day moving average, so I figured, okay, if we can get over 178, this thing's going to pop to probably 180, 182 maybe. So it did get over 178, but it got rejected harsh. Then I was like, okay, it's selling off. The market was going up. Amazon was going up. And so maybe the head and shoulders is going to play out. I mean, I didn't want to hang on to it too long or lose all the option because I knew the head and shoulders was there too, so I wanted to maintain risk, and that's what I did. I got stopped out quickly, and so let's bring it back up again. So 9:53, yeah, I got stopped out in here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but I got stopped out of there. So we came down here. I grabbed the 170 puts at 10:44, which is right here. So it was chopping around. It was looking pretty good. I thought for sure it was going to go through 177 and just fall apart and, go to 175 because yesterday's low was 175.66. So if it broke 177, I was thinking, okay, it could easily go down and retest that 175.66. So my stop was, let me blow this up a little more. Go 10. What was the time? 10:44. Was it right here? Yeah. So my stop was right here. This last lower high. So when I'm buying, anticipating it to fall through, this last lower high is going to be my stop, and this is where I got stopped out. The VWAP. So then, okay, I'm down. Got 2 losses for the day, and I wasn't too happy about that. And just Facebook just stayed in this 177 to 178 range all day. I mean, look at the daily. I mean, how Facebook does not stay in a dollar range. I mean, look at this. Look how small this candle is compared to the rest of these. Let me blow this up more. I mean, look how small this inside day. By the way, I mean the inside day means it's in between the lower wick and the higher. In the high of the day, so it's an inside candle. But I mean, look at this. This had a 180. This had a $5 day. This has probably had 4, another 4. Then I mean, $1 a day for Facebook is very, very rare. So that's why I was like looking at the 178s for it to break out of that and start making higher highs and lower highs and break out. But it didn't. It was weak, and it looked like it was going to collapse. And I'm like, okay, Facebook trading within a dollar range is very, very unlikely. It's going to make a move. It's either going to be above 178 or 177, and it just wouldn't give us anything. So it kind of screwed me and us, the room, both ends because of that. So I just said, okay, I took 2 losses, stopped out twice. I'm done with that. I am not playing with Facebook. I don't care if it breaks out or what. So That was that play. The next one was Roku. Let's get Roku, not Netflix. Where is Roku? Yeah, right here. Okay, Roku. Let's blow this up. We got Roku calls, 110 calls at 10:39, which was 10:39. Where are you? Really? Did I buy him right here? 10:39 is where I bought him, right there, apparently. What price did I get it at? 58? It doesn't seem right. I got the right. Yeah, I got Roku up there. Huh, doesn't seem right. Roku 110s. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong clock. It's 12:39. Okay. I've just had a brain fart. Yeah, it's today at 12:39. I don't know where I got. I'm looking. I don't know. I spaced out or something. Who knows? But anyway, it's 12:39, which was right here. Yep. This and the reason I got it here was if you look on the 3-minute, it looks like an inverse head and shoulders right here. I mean, there's the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, and it's trending up. And I was looking for a break above the VWAP and out of this inverted head and shoulders, and that's why I grabbed this. And plus, Roku's been on a major sell-off lately. I mean, it's due for a pop. I mean, it gets over this 104 area. It's gonna rocket to 110. So that was my initial thought on that. Was Roku here to go test higher day, but I was going to give it the lower data for a stop because I wanted to give it some wiggle room because Roku has a tendency of making big runs, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I saw the inverse head and shoulders, and I wanted to make sure it was going to be a good winner to make up for Facebook, and it was. There was 100%. No, it wasn't quite 100%er. It was close. What's the high of this candle? I think we got to close to $1, 98 cents. Yeah, so it was like 80%. So it was a good run. It definitely made up from Facebook losses. I know many in the room made up their Facebook losses on that. So that makes me happy. So that is what the thought was with Roku. Now Netflix is another one that I had on watch this week, and the reason I had it on watch was, let me blow up the option play, as you can see. Okay, let's look at the hourly. Yeah, the hourly was what I was looking at because it's, you get an inverse head and shoulders right here, and I knew if it got over this like 265 area, it was gonna try to complete that inverse head and shoulders and take off to 275. So that was the game plan for that as well, an inverse head and shoulders. So when I got in, let's get the time right on this one. I got in at 141. Which was 141, which is right in here. 141 at 54. Yeah, right in there. That's where I got in. So I was going to use this low for a stop. Then I was like, no, that's too tight. So I gave it this one at 263. The low of day was going to be the stop. And so it started to, perk up and go above VWAP, then it got rejected, and then it went down to the 200 EMA on the 3-minute chart. And I was like, okay, I'm going to swing this because I know it's going to run because it looks good on the hourly, and Netflix is due for a pop. It's same with Roku. I just sold Roku because I was up quite a bit. I needed to recover my losses, and I just said, okay, I'll cover my losses. I'm green, get out, and I'm fine with it. So I was happy with that. But with this one, I wanted to swing, and I was kind of like, oh boy, great, is this going to be another loser? Then all of a sudden, at the end of the day, it just big pop. I'm not quite sure what happened. I'm sure something happened on SPY. There might have been a tweet or something. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see anything. So there was a big spike on this in Amazon. So I was like, oh, nice. So I was quite pleased with this. I wanted to sell end of the day, but I was doing other stuff and I forgot about time. And by the time I figured out I wanted to get out, that the bell just rang. I didn't even have time to bring up the option to get out. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm holding it overnight. So intentionally, sometimes these things, I say it's going to be a swing, but if I'm up quite a bit, or if I'm up 100%, I'm just going to take my money and get out and not take the risk and hold overnight. So, and that was my intention, was to get out, and I couldn't. So, but we got it at 54 cents, and I mean, it got to, what was the high? This got close to 80 cents. What was the high? Yeah, 80 cents. So you got over 50% on this. So that's pretty good. And after hours, Netflix looks good. I mean, it's still going up. I mean, as long as nothing crazy happens overnight and it gets over this 268 level, 269 level from tomorrow, then I think this has got a chance to really go. So unless something crazy happens overnight, like Trump says something crazy, or something happens with Iran or whatever, who knows, or impeachment, who knows these days. But as long as nothing happens, and the market's green over, the futures are green, that this should gap up and we should have a nice pop tomorrow. And I mean, I probably will sell into strength in the morning and not take the chance. But that is today's plays and my thought process, why I took them, my stops. Hopefully that helps. And that's it for today's recap. See ya.